There is a story of this person who was having a nightmare. In that nightmare, he was a beggar. He had no money, no home, and no food. And when he was hungry, he went to a place where they were giving food. But these people refused to give him any food because he didn't have a bowl. So, to get a bowl, he went to a potter. But the potter refused to give him one since this person had no money. He was in deep anguish and despair. And in that anguish and despair, he was wandering across the streets hither thither. And suddenly, he found a old bowl that was in the garbage dump. But when he went to fetch that bowl, a bull came in and trounced that bowl, shattering it into pieces. He was in great pain, he was in great despair. And in that despair, he felt as if miserable. And it was then suddenly that he awakened from his dream state and he realized he was not a beggar but a king of Mithila, Raja Janaka. The same Janaka who is the father of Sita, wife of Ram. Although that dream state had passed, he was unable to make sense of it and he was still in pain. So he went to his Guru Ashtavakra and he asked about his dream. And Ashtavakra said, "Son, you are having that pain because of the mind. When people think too much about the future, they have the same sense of fear that you find in a dream state. If you think you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your business will never grow, then your mind will enter into a state of chaos. And in that chaos, you will have that pain much before you can actually reach that dream state. Because the only place where the pain exists is not in this body or in the brain, but in the mind. Mind is the only place where you have the pain. And the pain of the mind, which often leads to stress, strain, anxiety, and depression, happens because you are ignorant, you do not have the knowledge to make the sense of the world outside, you have flawed perspective and a flawed view of life and people outside, and also because you do not want to understand the world outside and you are stuck with your assumption. In yogic counseling, the only space that is addressed to is the mind. And fixing that mind, not through medication, because medication cannot help mind, because mind, unlike brain, is not a tangible organ. So if you want to fix the mind, the only thing you need to fix is the wrong ideas, the wrong perspectives, and ignorance. If you have ignorance, then your mind is exactly in the state of the dream which Janaka was going through. Pain, anguish, anxiety, fear, which will eventually hurt the body. As they say in Charaka Samhita, if your mind is healthy, that it has good thoughts, good perspectives, patience, and perseverance, virtues like that, then your body will be healthy. But if your mind is filled with wrong ideas, wrong perceptions, and things like lust, anger, greed, infatuation, ego, and envy, then your body will be infested with diseases. This is how the yogic counseling works. It works through the sage conversation. Every conversation can either heal or hurt you. Now, to understand the distinction between the two conversations is what yogic counseling is all about. And the yogic counseling comes from the 7 Gitas, which are found in 2 important Vedic Sanskrit texts, that is Valmiki's Ramayana and Vyasa's Mahabharata. And these are the 7 texts that I cover in my book, the 7 Gitas that pioneered counseling. I hope you enjoyed this video and will give a thought to read this book. Until next time, Pranam and Namaste.